Is our Sheriff William Gore, being sworn into office today by the Honorable Kevin Enright, Judge, San Diego Superior Court. Welcome.
Please permit me a short and personal aside, very special to both Sheriff Gore and myself. My father, Senior Judge, United States District Court Judge William B. Enright, has great respect for Bill's father, Bill Gore, who had a wonderful career, an exceptional career in the San Diego Police Department. My dad and me both think the world and have the same respect for Sheriff Gore. He's a man of tremendous dedication to the public good. He's a man that has had a very distinguished career in law enforcement. And my dad had the privilege and honor of swearing in Sheriff Gore when he was appointed in 2009. And now to come full circle, here we are in 2019, and now I have indeed the honor and privilege to swear you in as well. So you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Raise your hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, William Gore,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Well, you're in for a treat because I think the person that served the longest being sworn in gets to make the shortest speech. So I'll try to keep my remarks brief. First of all, thank you, Judge Enright. I grew up hearing Bill Enright stories from my dad around the dinner table, so it's very special to have you here today to swear me in. After that swearing in back in 2009, the command staff of the Sheriff's Department came together and set a mission statement for the Sheriff's Department. It said, we will provide the highest quality public safety services in an effort to make San Diego the safest urban county in the country. At the risk of sounding kind of like George Bush on the deck of an aircraft carrier, mission accomplished, but there's so much more to do. Crime rates in San Diego County are at record lows. We are the envy of every probably major metropolitan area in the United States, but that doesn't mean we can stop, rest on our laurels. There's a lot to do, and there's a lot of thank yous, though, to go out to the people that got us to where we are today. First of all, I want to start with the Board of Supervisors, Supervisor Gasper, Cox, and Jacob, and former supervisors Ron Roberts and Bill Horn. Thank you for making public safety your #1 priority, and more importantly, backing that up with the fiscal strength of this county to make us the #1 priority. So thank you. In our Law Enforcement Services Bureau, they're just doing an amazing job. I could stand here, I could make a half-hour speech out of all the wonderful things that are going on in our Law Enforcement Services Bureau under the direction of Assistant Sheriff Kelly Martinez. They've embraced community policing, information-led policing. We have an analytical capability in the Sheriff's Department that is second to none in the state of California. which enables us to be proactive instead of reactive to crime. And I think one of the most important factors that leads to that record low crime rates is a spirit of collaboration and cooperation in San Diego County. We talk about it often, but I think people that grow up here don't really appreciate it. It doesn't happen like this in other parts of the country. And when I say that collaboration, it's not just me working with the San Diego Police Department. It's the police departments, the local police departments, the state agencies, the federal law enforcement, the district attorney, the sheriff's department, the city attorney, all coming together to regionalize crime problems. Whether it's gangs, drugs, human trafficking, we're not out there reinventing the wheel or duplicating efforts. We come together and we address these major problems in a collaborative effort. That pays off. Our Detention Services Bureau still is addressing the challenges of criminal justice realignment passed back in 2011. They're doing a great job. As I talk about the public safety group coming together in San Diego, that's what we did with criminal justice realignment. We came together, we looked at how we're going to make this work, and we decided the only way it was going to work is if we lowered that recidivism rate that the state was experiencing, 72% with their inmates, and if we did that, we were able to keep the crime rates low and not break the bank of the county government. We came together as a public safety group, and we accomplished that. As we stand here today, the recidivism rate in the San Diego County Sheriff's Department in our jails is 33%, not 72% like it was in the state. That doesn't mean we don't have a lot of other challenges ahead of us. The criminal justice realignment obviously brought older inmates, sicker inmates, and in our custody for longer and longer stays. That caused a gigantic challenge for us in the area of medical and mental health care. With the board's support, we've rose to that challenge, but there's still a long way to go. We've doubled our efforts, or doubled our number of mental health clinicians just in the last 2 years in our jails. And everything we've done in our jails is aimed at programming and giving the inmates in our custody the tools they need to be successful when they go back out into the community. The board supported us again back in 2011, 2012 with money for a new East Mesa detention and reentry facility, Las Colinas Women's Detention and Reentry Facility. And it wasn't just more beds. It was beds, the right kind of beds that were aimed at programming, at educational programming, at vocational training, at psychological and emotional training, giving the inmates in our custody the tools they need, like I say, to be successful when they go out into the public. Hopefully, with our health care, mental health care, and our health care in our jails, and our new initiatives, by 2020, we hope to have accreditation by the National Commission on Correctional Health Care. That would be a big, big step forward, and I'm convinced we will have that by the end of 2020. Our Court Services Bureau doing a great job over there. They're responsible, not many people know about, they're responsible for 7 courthouses around San Diego County, and courtrooms, I think about 165 courtrooms. They screen about 3 million people a year into those court facilities and try to keep them safe. In addition, they had the challenge in the last year of standing up a brand new courthouse in downtown San Diego. The challenge to go along with that, from security to communications, have been monumental, and they rose to the occasion on every issue that came up. Hopefully, with the support of the Board of Supervisors, we're going to have a tunnel, right, in the next 2 years that will connect our downtown central jail to the new courthouse. This will make us more efficient, effective, and a heck of a lot safer when we're transporting people, inmates, back and forth a block and a half to a brand new courthouse. Last, I'd like to thank CAO Helen Robbins-Meyer for her support of what we're trying to accomplish. Deputy County Administrator for Public Safety Ron Lane, who has been just exceptional. I thank you. Don't want you to leave. Please stick around. And on the professional side, in the back row, kind of got that whole back row covered back there, don't we? With something about cops keeping their back to the door. I guess that's part of it. But in the middle of that group, in the back row, is my undersheriff, Mike Barnett, who works daily to keep that department running, the day-to-day operations, keeps the trains running on time. He's a great partner. Michael, thank you. I couldn't do it without you. And last but not least, nobody probably enjoys politics less than I do. There's one person. That's my wife. And I can't thank her enough for her support in this last, in this last election and throughout my career. You're my rock. I can't thank you enough. I love you. Thanks for being here. And thanks to my son, Ryan. And with that, let's get back to business. Thank you.